Don't run a marathon right after you wake up. You're going to injure yourself. So warm up those muscles, get them stretched out, get them working, get them woken up. Hi, I'm Draven Gray with the Unleashed Singer, where we combine over 50 years of experience as professional singers, songwriters, producers, and more to help you become the singer you've always wanted to be. Tightness, tension, squeezing, pushing, constricting, choking. What can you do to relieve tension in your voice? Here are the top 5 things I've seen work with thousands of students, yes, thousands, to relieve tension in your singing voice almost immediately. First, stretch and massage your neck. So I want you to actually stretch and massage your neck. I want you to think, just reach back, massage the back of your neck, massage your shoulders, especially if you're experiencing tension in your shoulders. Get it loosened up. Roll your head around. Get side to side with your neck. Stretch it out a bit. And then with your jaw, open your jaw really big. And keep doing that. Stretch it out. Get it warmed up. Go ahead and stick your tongue out. Move your tongue around and stretch out the inside of your jaw. Take your thumb knuckles and kind of put them into those jaw muscles on the outside and drag them forward along your jawline a bit. That may be sensitive. Be careful. For some people, it is sensitive. But I have students who have had TMJ, students who really tense up their neck when singing, and starting with this before they sang really helped. And eventually they were able to get out of that habit of tensing up too much. Okay, the second thing you can do to relieve tension in your voice is to warm up. You don't run a marathon right after you wake up. You're going to injure yourself. So warm up those muscles, get them stretched out, get them working, get them woken up, get them ready to sing what you're trying to sing. A great warm-up that I use, and you probably heard me talk about this before, so I'll keep this brief, is a singing straw. Now, this is 3.5 to 3 millimeters in diameter, 3 inches long. Any longer than that, it has too much resistance for your voice. So about this size. What I want you to do is go really low to really high. I mean light and squeaky high, like squeaking a balloon. When you first do this in the straw, before your voice really wakes up, you're probably just going to get air up high. And if you can't go up high and squeaky, that's fine too. Just go to as high as you can without strain. Like you're trying to relax into it. You're trying to just make any noise and get some light compression up there. But start low. And do that until it wakes up. Or do that until you start feeling better about the tension in your voice. It's starting to relax some. Okay. And then I want you to sing into the straw next. We're going to sing octaves, fifths, a melody. You're trying to get into a nice mixed voice with it. So, you're just trying to stay in that mixed voice. Probably sit right on top of your throat. You're crying, you're whimpering into it a bit. This is all about getting that up and out placement and a nice foundation for your voice until that warms up, until you feel like you can cross your bridges, the breaks in your voice kind of smoothly, and your voice feels good, and you can do that on command, and you can take the straw away, the third part of that warm up. And you can do that without the straw now. The straw helped you find it. The straw helped you relax into it. Now you can sing a mixed voice without it. The next piece to that, now that you took the straw out, is to start to add compression, start to add strength, start to add resonance to your voice. I'm not getting super loud with it, but I am adding more compression. I'm getting louder. I'm adding a little bit more weight to my breath support there, a little bit more weight to my voice as well. So do that until you're singing the notes you want to sing in the songs you're going to be singing, and you're singing them how you want to sing them. So you're going from very light, that just that light. It's kind of the singing straw or the crying straw. You're crying, you're whimpering, you're light, you're going through it. Then you go a little bit more into it and you sing into it and you get to a mixed voice, and that's a little bit more. And then you take that away and you go from a mixed voice up towards a belt and shaping for a belt and getting more compression in your voice. That'll warm your voice up. Sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 15, sometimes 5. But in sequence, that'll really warm your voice up. But the third thing that you can do to relieve tension in your voice is to actively relax your neck and shoulders. And by actively relax, I'm talking about pay attention to not lifting your shoulders when you breathe in. Because, well, one, you're breathing from the wrong spot. You need to be breathing from your diaphragm. You need to be breathing down and behind you and then leaning into the diaphragm. I'll talk about that elsewhere. But don't lift your shoulders. Relax your shoulders. Keep your neck and your shoulders relaxed while you sing. Pay attention to that if you're experiencing tension in your voice. Far too many singers lift their shoulders, lift their chin, or tense up, especially for high notes, rather than simply shape and cry and support it correctly. Support that shape. They push for it. No, cry. I'm sorry, relax. Relax. Actively loosen up. And since I brought it up, the fourth thing you can do to relieve tension in your singing is placement and support, or passive singing, releasing the voice, what I call sigh and cry, sighing into cry, releasing the voice into good placed resonance. Get out of your throat, lift up and out, put a finger on your bottom lip, sing up and over your finger, sing into the soft palate, sing behind the nose towards the brow. And then whimper and cry into that position. Lift up into that position. Getting your glottis, the opening of your vocal folds, getting that and your resonance shaped correctly for great singing. And then place your vowels there. Place your vowels in the soft palate. Place your vowels in that NG spot right behind the nose. That's going up towards the brow from there. Think Michael Jackson or Ariana Grande from Victorious. You're just lifted up. And you're lifting up behind your nose, lifting up behind your eyeballs, going up towards the brow. If you're thinking more your vowels and where you're placing your vowels, the priest from The Princess Bride. Mawads is in that same spot. Mawads is what brings us together today. That spot, I call it a vowel anchor. You're placing all of your vowels, all your words into that spot and then singing into it. So lift your voice, get the pressure and resonance into the soft palate and lift it off the throat. So fifth, let's release your voice. Make sure your diaphragm is the source of your voice. To do that, and I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but to do that, I want you to hiss out an S, like push out an S. Don't do it so heavy that your throat's starting to tense up a whole lot. You don't want that, but I want you to hiss out an S and try to get any tension that's coming from that into your diaphragm. So that's take a full breath down and behind you, full lungs. You may feel that in your upper abs at first. That's okay. You're just trying to get that behind your upper abs into the diaphragm. And it'll be pretty subtle once you get it in the right spot. But that's a really good way to get it into the diaphragm and feel what it's like to hold the diaphragm down while you're exhaling so that you're in control of the air pressure. Now I want you to try that same thing. Try that hissed S through a sigh instead. So, sigh through that same spot. So through the diaphragm. And then going straight up into your top-down resonance of cry, like that cry, that up and out I was talking about behind the nose. I want you to try that. Hey! Let's go up higher. Now you're releasing air. For one, let's go ahead and try that up here. Whimper, cry, top-down resonance, up and out, but then sigh into it. Release the air. Don't push it. Release the air through the diaphragm. It'll shoot up into that resonance. If you feel any tension in the neck at all, any tension, place it in the diaphragm instead. And don't worry if it feels like an ab workout at first. It's better to have tension in the right spot and around the right spot and in the abs than it would be in your throat. So it'll get easier, it'll get more relaxed, it'll get more subtle over time and get more into the diaphragm. Just give it time. And as a bonus tip, and honestly, I should have said this first, it's the most important. Get a vocal coach who can walk you through relaxing your voice and tailor very specific training routines towards your goals and what you want to sing. Don't settle for less than someone who knows how to get you where you want to go, can sing the songs you want to sing, and tailors the routines to you. Okay, you get with my team through onlysinger.com, rocksinginglessons.com. There's a team of teachers that can help you do exactly that. Whatever you do, get a teacher. Get somebody to start showing you how to do this and tailoring a training routine to you and your goals. I'll see you soon.